Fine. What's up, everybody?
Okay.
Welcome back to the Magic and Andrew MMA show. We got episode 79. UFC is going to Nashville for Corey Sandhagen versus Rob Font. Before that, we're going to go over every fight, starting with the bottom of the card. Dennis Bazooka taking on Sean Woodson. What are your thoughts here, my friend, Magic M MMA?
Yeah, for some reason, people think Bosuska is good. I don't get why. He showed that he sucks twice at contenders. He fought bad people. I don't know. I mean, the guy has been on social media asking for a shot in the UFC for like forever, it seems, and apparently because of that, people think he's going to be good or something. I think Woodson is a fraud. He's going to get chin checked again soon, knocked out, submitted, whatever it is, but I don't know if Butuka is the guy to do it. There are no props yet on the fight. I have nothing so far. At this price, I wouldn't play anything because Woodson is just built the wrong way. That guy cannot take a punch, but I think he's going to win. And if late round props are a decent number, I may play that. But I really don't want to play on this guy. I don't like him. I don't like his style. I don't like how he looks. I don't like him.
Yeah, Woodson obviously super long for the weight class. He's built very bizarre. Good boxing, but that's pretty much the extent of his game. I think that if Dennis was on a full camp here, I might be a little bit interested, but at the same time, like he's not a great wrestler. Like I want to bet wrestlers against Woodson overall. Like he's not that good of a grappler. You remember the Yusuf Zalal fight? Like Zalal took him down and controlled him for 7 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
He's not a very good grappler.
UCJ
Even
showed
the
him some
McKinney fight,
grappling.
even the Terrence McKinney fight, Terrence McKinney was doing whatever he wanted to him before he landed a flying knee. The Saldana fight was absolutely hilarious. He like knocked him out and started celebrating, and the ref didn't stop it, and then he ended up losing. Yeah, I'm picking Woodson. Not much confidence. I don't really like his game either, but he's an 8-inch reach advantage here. He's on a full camp, better boxer. I'll pick him to win. Next fight, Kyler Phillips taking on Heoni Barcelos. I think it's dog or pass here. Phillips, I think, is pretty good, but I think he's being a little bit overvalued. He does a lot of spinning stuff, which I think is low IQ. Barcelos, good volume, good grappler. I kind of just see this being a close fight. Obviously, age is on the Phillips side. Barcelos is coming off being knocked out, which are both super valid concerns. Um, yeah, I mean, are you the guy that tracks the homeless pics in the comments? I'm like 10 more right than I am wrong, but good luck either way. So that's my thoughts on the Barcelos fight. I think it's dog or pass. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with you. I
Thank you.
Okay, you owe me money now. That $5? What? $5 are not getting me out of living in this car. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's overpass. I'm concerned about Barcelos being old and his durability. That was kind of incredible the way he died last fight. I didn't expect that at all. Phillips is, I mean, I think he's very talented, but he's more spectacular than reliable. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
guy is notoriously stupid. And Barcelos is like, if we are talking just skills, the guy is absolutely elite. Like he's technical at everything, great grappler overall, great jiu-jitsu, very good striker. He's good. Like if this guy was 30 and we knew he could take a punch, Barcelos would be an instant contender. So yeah, I think it's the overpass. Would I be shocked if Barcelos gets hit very hard and dies? Not really, but at plus 175 here, I think you have to play Barcelos, I feel.
Yeah. Is that a real fight? That's hilarious.
Mike
Yeah,
Breeden?
I guess so.
Yeah, they want to keep McKinney, I guess, but never underestimate McKinney. He's notoriously retarded. He may lose that.
Yeah. And I was right. This was the comment on last week's YouTube channel that he deleted all of his comments. But just don't. How hard is it to not be an idiot, dude? Like I'm fed up with people. For some reason, it has Font and Sandhagen next. I'm going out of order here. Ode Osborne versus Asu Alimbayev. Again, another one that I think's dog or pass. Osborne, big flyweight. He's athletic. He comes from a wrestling background. Asu shoots a lot of takedowns. He's a decent wrestler. He's fought decent level of competition for someone who's not in the UFC, but I don't think much of his striking. Like, he fought a guy who was an ex-UFC vet a couple fights ago. It was a very close split decision, and that's a guy who I would favor Ode Osborne.
Makowski?
Yeah. You saw that fight?
Of course, I do take.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Even in the middle of the wilderness.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, again, dog or pass. I think Asu could get takedowns here, but this is a step up for him. Ode, big flyweight. He has a wrestling background himself, better striker. What are your thoughts?
I think Osborne is a fraud. He has been since he got signed. I think he has durability issues. I think he's a bad grappler. I mean, he's an A+ athlete, very fast, explosive, and all that, but he's not really a great MMA fighter. Thanks, appreciate it, John.
Thanks, John, as always.
I mean, not even the money, just the comment. I like the comment. I think, like, if this guy is getting bet to -200, and you want to play him, why are you not playing his inside the distance? Like, Osborne gets stopped when he loses. He has been stopped in like 5 out of 5 loses. This Kazakhstan guy is a clearly better grappler than him. He has some blatant holes in his grappling, I feel. And yeah, why not? I mean, don't you think if the Kazakhstan guy, whatever his name is, I forgot his name, wins, it's more likely that this by stoppage? I mean, he's kind of a finisher for a flyweight.
I think if Asu wins, it's probably like a wrestling heavy decision.
Osborne winning by out grappling him?
No. I thought you said the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy. I mean, I think if the other guy wins, he's going to submit Osborne, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's kind of content to stay in guard now.
Okay, we buy it. Kazakhstan guy by guillotine. I agree with Andrew.
Okay, anyway, Carlston Harris versus Jeremiah Wells. What are your thoughts on this one? I see the lines coming a good bit.
Yeah, I have seen that Mozambique has been bet down to like +110. Last time I checked, he was a much wider underdog, which was a pretty good line in my opinion. Do I sound right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your English is getting better every episode.
I saw some people like getting upset last episode. They couldn't understand me. I don't know why. I mean, it's probably because my connection is shit. I guess that it's a little bit more difficult. So now I'm trying to speak a little bit slower and like rounding the words because it's not fair to people that are not smart enough to understand me. You know, I know my English is immaculate. So I'm trying to speak slowly. Yeah, I think I have no side money line wise, but I would bet Carlston Harris at opening or now. I think he's the side at dog money. The combined age of this fight is like 71, which is a little bit scary, but Harris is the bigger guy. I don't think Jeremiah Wells can use his grappling here, you know, like he has fought some guys that are not really good grapplers where he has that in his back pocket if needed, if the meme bonk didn't work. I don't think that's going to be there. Carlston Harris is a solid grappler on top or bottom. He's the bigger guy. Both may gas here. I don't know. I think it may get into a really funny fight. You know what I mean? Get a little bit sloppy. That kind of fight, Carlston Harris is extremely dangerous with his front chokes. I think he may get a submission here on some dominant position. He has a very, very good front choke series. His anaconda darts, all those moves, very good with those.
Yeah, I feel like someone's probably going to die here. You know, I mean, both guys are pretty fragile.
Yeah.
Both guys hit hard. Like, I think someone dies here. I don't know. I would lean towards Wells winning, but every time Semmelsberger touched him, he almost got knocked out. I bet Semmelsberger there, and like every time he hit him, he almost died. Like seriously, I don't know how else to say it. Wells in the past has had questionable cardio. It looked improved in the Semmelsberger fight. Both guys, mid-30s, kind of glass cannons. It just seems like a good doesn't-go spot. I haven't bet anything, but I think early under was very good. I think there's still probably some meat on the bone there from under 2.5.
I don't know. I don't know if I looked at it incorrectly or something, but I swear I had the idea in my head like doesn't go was like minus 120, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to bet that when limits go off. And then I went and looked at it, and it's like minus 215.
Yeah.
I don't know. I looked at some other line. I was so disappointed.
I would bet that huge.
Yeah, I mean minus 120. I wasn't even going to parlay it. You know what I mean? That was some serious shit.
This is like one of my least confident fights. I got a gun to my head. I guess I would pick Wells, but no outcome would surprise me. Like, both these guys, complete memes. Next fight, Damon Jackson versus Billy Q. I like Damon Jackson here. It's our guy. Obviously, it's not why I like him here, but I just think that he could grind Billy Q out. It's definitely a little bit of a concern that Jackson didn't wrestle much against Ige, or didn't even really try to. But in his past fights, he has for the most part. And if you take a look at like the Dan Argueta fight, for example, that aged really well. Argueta was not getting grappled at all by Ryan Lawrence. Damon Jackson controlled him for 10 minutes or something like that. But yeah, I mean, Billy Q, good cardio. He's a guy that, to me, that's decent everywhere, not great anywhere, but also a guy who I feel like has overperformed in the past. Like, I rewatched that Alex Hernandez fight the other day, and I thought to myself, like, how did
fluke, absolute fluke.
But like, seriously, I went into that fight thinking that Hernandez was going to beat him, and while I was watching the fight, I was like, yeah, Hernandez. Like, when I was rewatching it, I was like, yeah, Hernandez is going to beat him, and it just, like, I don't know, he has a way of outlasting people. But you take a look back at like the Spike Carlisle fight, he got out grappled. The other guy fighting on this card, Gavin Tucker. I think Jackson is going to win this fight. I think it's a competitive fight. Billy Q's not just going to go away. I'm a little bit concerned if it gets later into the fight, but I do think you have to favor not have to. I personally favor Jackson here. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. You are getting better at betting MMA, honestly. I agree. I think Jackson is going to have grappling success here if he tries. He's not the greatest wrestler, but Billy Q is just not a very good athlete. And skills-wise, he's not that good either. I mean, I'm not saying he's bad. He's a good fighter, and he's as game as it gets. But he's not a great athlete. He's kind of slow. His virtue is that he pushes a great pace and takes a beating. I don't know how much did he live in the octagon against Barbosa, because that was a pretty horrendous knockout. But yeah, it's going to be either Jackson grappling him or Billy bringing the pace. On the feet, you have to favor Billy.
Yeah.
I'm worried that if Jackson cannot out-grapple him consistently, he's going to get drawn late, as most people facing Billy. But yeah, why not? I think Jackson and doesn't go are the sides, honestly. I like Jackson here. Also, Jackson came on the podcast, so he's probably unbeatable now.
Yep.
I mean, I think he's the only one that lost against Ige once. Everybody else has won every fight.
Yeah, but he was like 6-1 since then or something like that. Whatever it is, it's really good.
Yeah, look at OAM. He's basically pound for pound now.
Yeah. Okay, next up, we've got Ignacio Bahamondes taking on Ludovic Klein. I think Bahamondes should be fine here. Better striker, big, young, good first layer takedown defense. He's impressed me a little bit. I wasn't as high on him coming into the UFC, but I do think he's improving. I think he's improvement upside at the age. I give him a lot of advantages here. Obviously, if Klein gets on top, it's a concern, but I don't think Klein's wrestling is that great, and he doesn't necessarily look to it often. Bahamondes, good volume, good cardio. He could do it for 3 rounds. I think he's going to look good in this fight. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you again. I think he's probably winning this fight. Most likely, probably stays on the feet unless he decides he's not staying on the feet, but it's not like he's this great of a grappler or anything. he looked horrible against Makdessi, and I don't think he has gotten that much better. He's definitely improved, especially his grappling. I think he's going to eventually get exposed big time by a good grappler, and we will be there no matter what. I want to get him back because he knocked out my guy Roosevelt Roberts. I want to get that back, but yeah, he should be fine here. And Ludovic Klein is a guy that I think if you are more of a dog than him, he has a ton of quit in him. You know what I mean? And I think Bahamondes is that guy. I think this could be a good fight. I don't think Klein is going to take out Bahamondes, and I think Bahamondes can kind of melt him late. Maybe a submission. Klein has some questionable grappling tendencies, especially when he's tired.
Sweet. On to the next. This fight has been, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of back and forth on Twitter I've seen on this fight. Diego Lopez versus Gavin Tucker. I'm curious to get your take on this one. I know that Lopez fought Evloev tougher than some people thought he would. Gavin Tucker coming off a layoff. What do you make of this fight?
I mean, Tucker is 37. He got knocked out brutally last time out with one punch, and he's had like 2 or 3 fights in the last 5 years or 4 years. He's 37, and his style is very physical, very grappling centered. He's a functional striker, but it's not like there is no flash in what he does. He's a solid jab, 1-2 left high kick from the lefty stance guy, and then he mixes in his grappling. And the way he grapples, he's not a guy that is going to solidify guard position, solidify half. He's more of a guy that uses wrestling rights. You know what I mean? He wants to keep controlling, but he doesn't really establish the position. And I'm not sure you can control a guy like Lopez like that. I think in some ways he's similar with Evloev, similar to Evloev in the way that he grapples. Like Evloev is not someone that is going to sit inside people's guard. He just keeps it rolling. He wants to break you with his pace. And Lopez is, he has a very dangerous guard, very good opportunistic finisher. I'm not sure he's the better technical striker, but he's for sure the much more durable guy. He's fast and he throws with you. Like he has exchanges, he has some decent boxing, and he has power.
He hits hard,
I like doesn't go here. I like doesn't go, and I tend to think that Lopez is going to knock him out at some point.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight for sure. Maybe from like a fan perspective, probably the most interesting fight on the card.
Yeah, it's going good fight.
This is a phenomenal point. Like not just for this fight, but in general, this is a very good observation that a lot of times people who come in on short notice and impress in a loss are overvalued in their next fight. But in this one, there are obviously some major red flags on the Tucker side. He's 37. He's coming off a multi-year layoff. He was inactive before that. He was knocked out in his last fight. And it seems like to me that he has a style that once it goes, like it's not going to go well for him.
Yeah. I agree with that comment, but if Tucker was 32 and he had a chin, at plus 170, he would be a huge play here. But even if this fight is going his way, and well, it's like 15 minutes to touch him once. You know what I mean? Like, I think the line is right.
Yeah, I will say I wouldn't be laying this kind of price on Lopez just because obviously like he does play guard. And I will say this. I think the Evloev performance was a little bit overrated. Like I rewatched that fight. It really wasn't a close fight outside of like a few.
It was. Come on.
No,
I rewatched it and
let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
It was a close fight, not on minutes. Like Lopez had a couple deep submissions off of his back, which was impressive, but minutes weren't competitive.
But it was never going to be close on minutes.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I rewatched it. I scored it for Evloev, but I don't think it's a bad decision if someone gives it to Lopez. I thought Evloev won 2 and 3, but like 3, Lopez has 2 deep submissions.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was a literal coin flip decision coming down to round 3. If Lopez had a full camp and more gas, Evloev would have been in like deep shit. He probably loses that fight, in my opinion. But his style is he may lose like he lost to Brito. You know what I mean here? If Tucker can survive, but is he going to survive? And God knows what version of Gavin Taggart you are getting here because Father Time is undefeated.
Bingo. Tanner Bozier versus Alexa Camur. You have any opinions here?
Yeah, I'm disgusted that I have to watch it at like 4 a.m. Disgusted. Like, I don't know. I was like, maybe if Camur by knockout is a big number, it's plus 375. Do I want to play that? Kinda. I don't know. Maybe Tanner with the weight cut and his age and all his fights is kind of gone. He have never been knocked out, and I play Kutelava by decision, and this guy dies on the first clean punch at 205. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Every heavyweight is bonking him in the head, nothing happens. Like, Cyril Gang was hitting him with everything he wanted. Kutelava touches him once at light heavyweight, and he dies. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. Maybe it happens again. Camur is a physical guy. Bowser looked fucking slow at 205. Don't you agree? Like, he looked fast at heavyweight, but at light heavyweight, he looked super sloppy, super slow. I mean, it's a 60-pound difference.
Yeah,
so,
I
don't know. I'm going to pick Camur, but no bet. It's a pass for me. It's a complete pass.
Yeah, I'm picking Camur as well. Bozier has been literally one of my favorite fades in the sport. Like, I faded him at 100% success rate every time I bet against him was at plus money. Just a guy who's consistently overvalued by the market. That being said, I don't know if this is the spot to like kind of get off of the fade train. But I never liked 205 for Bozier. I think he was better suited at heavyweight because his really only advantage was the speed at heavyweight. Like, he comes down to 205 and people are as fast as him. Camur, I think, decent striker. Neither of these guys much in the grappling department. Camur's taken a couple years off at his age. I could see an improvement. But, yeah, it's not a confident fight for me at all. Like, I think more often than not, it's just a pretty close striking fight. But
I mean,
has the improvement upside, and Bozier's been knocked out in his most recent fight. He's kind of seems to be on the downward trajectory. Did you want to add something?
Yeah, Camur trains with Stephen Miocic, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so he's probably the exact same guy that when he left.
That's a fair point. That's funny. Yeah. Dustin Jacoby versus Kennedy Nzechukwu. This is an interesting fight because I think the stats, striking-wise at least, point to Jacoby being the favorite here. But Jacoby's getting up there in age. Kennedy probably has a little bit of grappling upside. He's a physical specimen. Kennedy has just been one of those guys that's like super difficult to cap, in my opinion. Like, he fought Daeun Jung. He looked awful. He fought Nikolai Negumereanu, the pain train. He should have won. I bet him there, and like they gave him the decision.
Domination by the Transylvanian pain train.
And then you have like the Devin Clark fight. Devin Clark hurts him really bad, and then clinches up with him. Yeah, this is a tricky fight. If I had to make a bet, it would be Jacoby. I lean him just because I do think he's the better striker. I do think he has pretty good first layer takedown defense. I don't think that necessarily Kennedy is like some huge wrestling threat. But then again, you look at the Roberson fight, and Kennedy went out there and wrestled him easily. So it's tricky. I don't mind the under at plus money. I think both these guys will land hard. Kennedy doesn't have good takedown defense. Kennedy doesn't have good striking defense. Jacoby's durability might be starting to wilt a little bit. But those are my thoughts. I'll pick Jacoby for podcast sake. What do you got here?
Yeah, I'm tired of Jacoby. Why don't we cut this guy? I find him not interesting to watch. He's difficult to make money on or against because he's an awkward guy. He's like big, has volume, he's technically solid. He's retarded. Like, what is he doing against Murtakayev or whatever? I have no money there. Like, he needs a knockout, finally gets to the guy and shoots a takedown. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, I think I fucked up the battery of my car. Fantastic. Bro, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, I have no bet here. I agree with you. It could be whatever. I'm going to pick Nzechukwu, but I have no interest in betting this fight at all. Like, God knows. Like, I mean, one of the sides is going to look super sharp or whatever, but I think this is a literal coin flip.
All right, you get the car situation figured out. I'll talk a little bit about Jake Hadley versus Cody Durden. I like Hadley here. I've historically been pretty high on Durden. I think he got some. Yes, guys, I know. You don't have to keep writing it. My odds screen is out of order, but yeah, I do think that Durden has had a good run. He's had a few wins in a row. He was undervalued. Now he's getting a guy in Hadley who's younger, who I think has better cardio, who I think has finishing upside, who's very dangerous on the ground. I don't think Durden.
I'm a fucking genius.
Anyway, I don't think that Durden can just float on top of Hadley. I think Hadley can sweep him. I think Hadley can submit him off his back. I think Hadley is a solid spot here. Do you have anything on this?
Yeah, I think Hadley is going to beat his ass like easily. Cody Durden has tricked people into thinking he is good because he faced some bums lately. But I think Hadley's like
fighter.
What?
He's a good fighter. It's just a tricky matchup for him.
Cody Durden is a good fighter.
Absolutely.
Come on, are you friends with Cody Durden now too?
No, I've never talked to him, never met him. I just think he's a good fighter. That's all. He's let me take a look at his record really quick. He's got to have a winning record in the UFC.
No, he's a decent fighter. Okay, he's a decent fighter. Where is he from?
America.
Yeah, but I mean, where is he from? Like his state, Atlanta.
It says Covington. He was born in Covington,
Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. What?
It says he was born in Covington, Georgia, on his Tapology.
Okay, so Jake Hadley is going to send him back to Georgia, where he came from.
That's funny.
I think he's better everywhere. I think he's going to beat his ass. Like Durden probably has some top time upside, but I don't think he can deal with Hadley's guard at all. I think he's going to get submitted from bottom, submitted from top, or back taken, or hurt and finished. If Durden wins this fight, I'm going to be surprised, honestly. And I will give him his props, but I'm not concerned because I trust this mongoloid Wayne Rooney to finish his ass. Do you know Wayne Rooney?
The soccer player.
Yeah, everybody in England looks like Wayne Rooney. I swear.
I don't know what he looks like, to be honest. I just heard his name.
You don't know how Wayne Rooney looks?
No, I don't care about soccer at all, bro. Literally.
Okay. Hear me out. Wayne Rooney is like the ultimate phenotype of the Englishman, okay? Their race or whatever evolved until Wayne Rooney. That's the perfect Englishman to play soccer, get drunk, and box. He's the son of a boxer and a waitress. He's like the quintessential Englishman. People that know Wayne Rooney know what I'm talking about. He's built like a bulldog.
Okay, is that it for this fight from you?
Yeah, Wayne Rooney by submission.
Sorry, I thought our fans were high IQ enough to read quickly, especially the short ones. Jessica Andrade versus Tatiana Suarez. I think that Tatiana should be fine here. I don't like Andrade's defensive grappling. Tatiana's bigger. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? She's one of the better wrestlers in the history of the sport. I don't think 125 was right for her. And in a weird way, Montana De La Rosa was a tough fight for her. Yeah, I think Suarez easy here on the mat. Andrade doesn't have much. I think Suarez gets it done inside the distance. You got anything here?
So far it's a pass, but I'm going back and forth on this. I mean, I can see valid arguments for both sides. Full disclosure, I bet Tatiana to finish De La Rosa. I bet her to finish, and I had some knockout, if I remember correctly. She won by submission. Everybody was parading that bet like it was the bet of the century. Tatiana didn't look good, guys. Like, I don't know what fight did you watch. She was looking like she was about to be into a close fight, and then she jumped a guillotine. Apparently, she learned a good guillotine. Like, that was a solid guillotine. Maybe Patsy Mix is just jumping guillotines on her at home. Now she's an expert now. You never know, Andrew. People are weird. And if she can grapple her easily early, it's going to look obvious. You know what I mean? But if Tatiana is not instantly grappling dominantly, Andrade instantly becomes value, like gold value, because if this stays on the feet, I tend to think Suarez gets beat up and probably battered and stopped late. So yeah, maybe a live entry on Andrade is going to be there after a round. I expect Tatiana to dominate round one, honestly. If she doesn't finish, or if I see what I want to see on the mat, so I think, oh, this is going to develop into this kind of fight, Andrade is live, Andrade is going to get more time on the feet. I don't know. We may get a very good live entry on Andrade here. We will be there no matter what. Yeah, but it's a pass so far. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think Tatiana by knockout is interesting. Maybe a positional TKO is like plus 500. But like the way Jessica gave her neck to Blanchfield was sad. I don't know if I can bet knockout. You know what I mean?
She gives her back like immediately when she gets on the mat.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
and you cannot do that with a good grappler.
No. Time for the main event. Rob Font taking on Corey Sandhagen. I'll start this one off. I mean, this is the first time that Corey Sandhagen has fought someone with a functional jab. That's what I have to say about this fight.
Yeah. That's all you wanted to get here. Like,
that's all.
This guy must have been hilarious at parties. Like Americans said, "Oh, hilarious."
No, but I mean, Font is a good fighter, but I mean, I bet him big in his last fight against Yanez. Good jab, good boxing. He throws a lot of volume. My concerns with him are mainly durability. He's messed up his eye in his last few fights. He gets hurt a lot. Like his fight versus Marlon Vera is like one of the crazier fights in UFC history. He landed 271 strikes. He got beat up very bad. Sandhagen, elusive striker. He's very dynamic. Could potentially mix in wrestling. I like how he goes to the body. Yeah, I'm picking Sandhagen to win, but I would not lay this kind of price. If you're laying this kind of price, you're pretty much hoping that Font's durability is just completely done. I was on the early under here. I think under is a great look, 4.5. They both throw a ton of strikes. Font's durability is questionable. Yeah, I think under is the best look of the fight, and I think Sandhagen's going to win. Do you think that Corey Sandhagen has ever fought someone with a functional jab before?
I agree with that guy that said Andrade should be in jail for not finishing Murphy. Yeah. I lost like a disgusting amount of money on that. Like disgusting. More than it was tracked. It was like 7,000 or 8,000. Absolutely disgusting. Like I moved the line on Fight Day personally at Bet365 like 40 cents. It was all me. Like betting 1,000 at a time. Every time it moved. Disgusting. She should be jailed. And we have to add like another 10 years for having an OnlyFans. So Andrade is probably going to spend the rest of her days in jail if it was up to me. Yeah, like why are you as a man not betting Rob Font here? I mean, yeah, I know you are trolling me with the. I know you are trolling me with the jab thing, but that's the truth.
Yeah. It is true though. Like all jokes aside, that is true. Like no one's really like stuck a jab in his face. Like Jan kind of did a little bit, but
Jan beat his ass like real bad. Props to Sandhagen for not wanting out in that fight. That was a fucking beating, and he got beat to the body too. Asuncao was a close fight. I mean, Sandhagen won clearly, but it was competitive. We can agree on that, right? For at least for 2 rounds.
For which fight?
Asuncao was competitive.
Oh, Asuncao, yeah.
Font has a great jab, and it's not like he's going to touch you with the jab. He hurts people with the jab, and Sandhagen gets hit with every jab. Like people see a guy that is tall and rangy, And they instantly are like, oh, is this Muhammad Ali? No, it's just a guy that is tall and rangy. When he fought John Lineker, he was getting touched all over the place because Lineker goes for it. My biggest concern here is obviously Font's durability and his eye. More his eye than his durability. That eye is a problem, but at this price, I have to bet Rob Font. He's going to be landing here. And worst case scenario, he forces a war, a 2-round war. You know what I mean? Like he did Yanez. He was touching Yanez with the jab, and then he just went after him. And it doesn't look pretty, but when Rob Font is one of the best people in the whole sport at lining people up for stupid shit. I don't know if I am making sense right now. Like he's boxing you, and it's like, oh, he's throwing this fantastic jab, and then he collar ties people. You know what I mean? Like he throws the jab, and he's collar tying people, and then he throws the most horrible hook uppercut you have seen in your life, but it lands. So I don't know. This may get very dirty, and Font is the bigger puncher by a fair margin, I think. So yeah, I like Font, and I like doesn't go. I think somebody's going to get finished. If Sandhagen is looking really good or dominating, I don't think Font's eye is going to last 5 rounds. Yeah, if I'm picking Rob Font, like all odds aside.
We both already said no. Like I said I like the under, and Magic said he likes doesn't go. We already said it.
Yeah.
We lined up a lot this week, me and you.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Me too.
I'm scared because I was doing very well after it.
Yeah, I mean, we same opinion on the Hadley fight, the Jackson fight, the Bahamondes fight. What else? Barcelos. It's gonna be a fun card.
I mean, a lot.
This is like not a bad card in terms of like.
No, it's a really good card. Like there is not a lot of name value, but there are a lot of really good fights, I feel.
Yeah.
It's a shame that we have to watch Jacoby though.
That fight could be good, I think.
That's a good fight. I just don't want to watch him anymore. It's personal now.
Too much longer. What up? Paul versus Diaz. Will you be watching this fight first and foremost?
No, I don't think I will be watching. Maybe if it's just the time the UFC finishes or whatever. I'm pretty sure you have to buy it, right? I'm not going to buy this.
There'll be streams for sure.
Yeah, but I'm in the middle as of nowhere. So, like my internet connection is my phone. If I'm using my laptop, I'm sharing the internet from my phone. You know, it's third world shit. I mean, I'm basically in Congo right now.
I would love to know where
I think, I mean,
350.
A lot of people are DMing me about this fight. I mean, Nate is not a good boxer. I know Dana White, Nate Diaz, and everybody in the UFC has tricked people into thinking he's a good boxer. He's not a good boxer. He's a fucking tomato can body bag. Not body bag, like heavy bag that works forward and is rangy and has a lot of pace and takes a lot of punishment. He's going to get hit clean a lot early here, like hard. And Jake is a big guy. If he can take it, he can make it close or maybe even put the pace on him real bad late if he goes full mongoloid, but he's going to have to work through some shit and really put a pace on him to win.
Can someone explain this comment to me? He's commented it like I don't get it.
I think this guy was talking to the guy that was talking trash to you because he paid $5 for this comment to be shown.
I don't get. I feel like I saw that on Twitter. Someone tweeted that.
I may be wrong, but I may be wrong, but I think he was defending you. I'm not sure. You have the weirdest followers.
I do, for sure. You should see my Discord. My Discord, someone just went absolutely off over the weekend, and everyone else was like, dude, what are you talking about? Was in Discord. Oh, yes, that's where I saw. That's exactly right. Someone in the Discord was like, I pray you're a 14-year-old boy going through puberty. And that makes more sense. I knew I saw that somewhere. Mark Sanchez is the best QB in Jets history. Yes or no? He's not even in the top a lot. The best QB in Jets history.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my god.
Full disclosure, I don't know who that is. For me, the sport started for me when Mahomes beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
I'll tell you exactly who Mark Sanchez was. The Jets drafted him 6th overall. He was like a top 10 pick in the draft. In 2009 and 2010, the Jets were really good. They were one game away from the Super Bowl, but Sanchez was so bad. Like the rest of their team was like ridiculously good, and Sanchez was terrible. And yeah, he kind of just bounced around the league as a backup QB. But the best quarterbacks in Jets history: Joe Namath, Chad Pennington, Vinny Testaverde.
I know those people. I was joking. I know some of the people from the past.
I love it. Yeah, they won the 2 AFC championships despite of him. He had some of the worst stats ever. Yeah, I was at this game. It was on Thanksgiving. Mark Sanchez snapped the ball.
I have seen that.
Yeah. I love it. What else? Would you rather have Connor fight Chandler or Gaethje? Either.
Gaethje, because Chandler is an easy fight, I think, for Connor.
Thank you. They called me last second and said someone pulled out, and I did it at the last minute, so hopefully it wasn't too bad.
You went on Gambler's Perspective? Bro, I keep seeing on Twitter. I know I'm never getting invited there. Not that I want to go or anything, but sometimes I see the tweet and I'm like, how can they be having this absolute bomb? Like, what are they doing?
I'm not gonna lie. Before I got invited the first time, I thought this was them. I was like, how have they not asked me yet? Because I went on once last year, and I went on.
Bro, I wouldn't have gone. You are like number 78 after they have the Elephant Man, 3 retards. Like, what is this? What is going on?
I don't know who was supposed to be on this week, but I did it once last year, and I was so annoyed because one of their audio was really bad, and so the podcast was terrible. But I did it yesterday, and it was good. The Nickelback concert was fantastic. They were really good live. Yeah, I have the Yankees game on in the background. If you've seen me look up more than once.
Some guy said cycling world championship pick. I haven't looked the odds, but the sleeper is Pogacar. The circuit is not for him. Trust me, this is not a joke. The circuit is not for him, but he's going to be strong. What are his odds? He's the sleeper pick this year. I mean, not the sleeper because he's the best in the world, but the circuit is not the best for him. I think he wins.
I think he would do fine if it was in Spanish.
Yeah, kind of. No, I think I will have to pay.
You'll have to what?
To pay my ticket, but that would be cool if he wants to invite me.
What else you got? Is it still raining there?
Not now, but horrible storm. Honestly, I need to buy a house in the beach or something when I'm rich enough to be like, okay, I'm buying a house in the beach.
Yeah, beach life
for my mama.
Okay, you ready to wrap?
Yeah. Before I want to say that Errol Spence and me were never friends. That was a misunderstanding. That was impressive, man. Oh, that's better than I thought. I thought he was going to be like the second, third favorite. Who's the favorite? Van Aert? I don't know. Maybe Van Aert is the favorite. That's a good number. Are we back? Maybe we have to play that.
I haven't sent him anything yet. I will.
No, I haven't heard that. I haven't listened to anything, honestly. Yeah. Next week's card is not very inspiring. And
dude,
I'm going to still be.
What's wrong with these people, bro? You come on my podcast and start like talking shit. Like,
but they are giving you a view. What are you mad about?
No, I just I can't even believe it, bro. Like I got kicked off of Sportsline a year ago, and I've absolutely blown up since then. Like what are you thinking, dude? Like look where they're at and look where I'm at.
Andrew, if you
even address you, bro. What do you mean? Like, I've been sitting here doing a podcast. Like I've been talking about the fights.
Bro, if you have to manage my Twitter account, you would suicide or something. You need to relax.
I would. I literally can't. I literally can't even like wrap my head around it. Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. Good luck to them. I don't care. Whatever. Either way. I'm not commenting on that. You guys can put 2 and 2 together. But yeah, we've got some fights this weekend. We'll be back. Oh, next week's gonna be tough. I'm gonna be I'm going to be in Vegas, but we could probably still do the pod.
I mean, I'm still going to be probably in the middle of nowhere. I don't know because I don't have a real schedule for the summer, but I'm going to probably still be on vacation here. So maybe we just skip it. I don't know. People are going to be upset at me now, but maybe we just skip it. I don't know. Maybe if this gets 1,000 likes, like people do, I don't know. I may have to skip this one, but if this gets to 1,000 likes, I don't know. We'll see. It's not that great of a card, you know what I mean? I'm sorry for the Poors. I apologize, Poors, but maybe you have to buy next week to get a pick.
All right. On that note, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Cool. Yeah. Anyone who's in Vegas next week, definitely would love to say hello. Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's your big.
Yeah, and as I always say, if anybody sees Andrew in person, he takes fights on my name until I get to United States soil. He's my Padawan. He takes fights on my name. So if you want to fight me, you can fight Andrew.
All right. See you next week.